Sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Mainly dry conditions across the area today, but otherwise it was well below average temperatures, temperature-wise as well. As we look at the radar right now, most of this more significant rain is well to our east with our area of low pressure, which is pushing away from the region. In the meantime, more clouds on the way and temperatures remain cool. We're currently in the low to the mid 50s across most of mid-Michigan. The good news is we won't fall a lot tonight, but it will be well below average once again. Not a lot of rain in the forecast tonight either, so that also some good news, but stay tuned because there is more rain in the forecast. Temperature-wise for tonight, we'll bottom out in the upper 40s by early tomorrow morning. 60s on the way. We've got some 70s to talk about as well. 6 News at 6 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 6.
The U.S. House has passed President Trump's massive budget bill that includes big changes to military spending, SNAP food benefits, and Medicaid. It's our top story at 6. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran.
And I'm Siobhan Klepfer. House Republicans have been working around the clock this week, even holding hearings in the overnight hours, trying to get this budget bill passed before Memorial Day.
The bill is more than 1,000 pages long. It includes tax cuts for businesses, but gets rid of tax cuts for clean energy. The bill would cut spending on food assistance by more than $250 billion over the next 10 years. It would also create new work or service requirements for able-bodied adults, likely resulting in millions of people losing their Medicaid coverage. Economists say the combination of lost revenue and new policy spending will add almost $4 trillion to the national deficit.
Michigan's newest Congressman, Republican Tom Barrett, voted in favor of the bill. He praised the plan to eliminate the taxes on tips and overtime and boost the child tax credit for families. He also supported the new work requirements for Medicaid, saying it will eliminate waste and fraud by forcing millions of Americans to get jobs or volunteer. He also criticized Democrats' fears about the bill, saying they, quote, try to scare people into believing the sky is falling.
Protesters gathered in front of Representative Barrett's Lansing office today to voice their disappointment in his vote.
Particularly how he supported the legislation's cuts to Medicaid. Our Rachel Ramsey was there. She's here for you now tonight with more on their concerns.
Yeah, Siobhan, Jorma, this protest was originally scheduled to ask Rep. Barrett to please vote no on the, quote, one big beautiful bill. But since he voted yes overnight, people are reacting. The proposed changes still need to get through the Senate, but in the meantime, these protesters say they are worried about the bigger implications.
Shame on Barrett! Shame on Barrett! It is important to provide mental health and health care. It is all a right. It's not a privilege.
Protesters are asking the federal government to keep its hands off of health care. Greta DeWolf says Medicaid was crucial for her while she was a single mother pursuing a college degree.
Some bad things happened to me. I got on welfare, and Medicaid was fundamental in providing that health care to give me a leg up as well as my children.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer says cuts to the program could terminate more than 700,000 Michiganders' health care. But U.S. Representative Tom Barrett says the cuts would, quote, strengthen Medicaid's integrity by preserving it for the people who need it most. Protesters in front of his office say lawmakers who voted yes aren't looking at the bigger picture.
Even people who are not on Medicare or Medicaid are going to be affected.
Carol Clyde says through her 26 years working in healthcare, she has seen how much hospitals rely on Medicaid.
Even larger hospital systems are going to have to cut back because they won't have the income they've had before. What are you cutting health care for?
Rep. Barrett says the cuts would remove recipients who are ineligible from the program, and for some recipients there would be a requirement to work or volunteer for at least 80 hours a month to qualify for the program. This would have to be verified twice a year.
There are some people that are unable to work. What are we going to do with that?
There are some exceptions for this requirement, but either way, these protesters say there should not be extra hoops to jump through when it comes to receiving health care.
There's nothing beautiful about this bill. Not one single thing.
If the bill passes, it would take effect in 2029, and the $880 billion in proposed cuts to energy and healthcare programs would happen over the course of 10 years. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Rachel. Well, moving to Jackson County now, where a 17-year-old boy was killed in a car crash overnight.
Another child was a passenger in the car and is critically injured.
It happened around midnight on Page Avenue near Portland Road in Leone Township. Portage Portage Road in Leone Township, and that is east of Michigan Center. The Blackman, the only Department of Public Safety, responded. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene, and officials say the injured passenger was taken to a hospital. The crash is still under investigation, and police do not know what factors might have been involved, but the number for the department is on your screen. Call in a tip if you know anything that could help.
The driver was a student at Napoleon High School. District leaders released a statement sharing their thoughts and sympathies with his friends and loved ones. The high school provided counselors, social workers, and mental health specialists today to help those who were grieving. Turning to politics now, more prospective candidates are emerging in the race for governor.
And that could include 2 Republicans who previously ran for governor and lost.
Our Capitol correspondent Tim Skubic has the latest.
Anybody remember Republican candidate for governor Kevin Rinke? Anybody remember Republican candidate for governor Perry Johnson? Well, if you do, or even if you don't, guess what? They're looking at running again for governor. Mr. Rinke says he is clearly interested, and it's about a 50-50 chance he will run. And Mr. Johnson is clearly interested, but he says he's delaying his final decision until this fall. Meanwhile, 6 News pollster Bernie Porn reports that both bring something to the table that is critical to a possible win. Money.
Both of them have the money to spend probably enormous sums of money on TV advertising, and they've done it in the past, and I'm sure they'll do it again.
But they also have political baggage. They did not win. Republican candidate for John James, however, wins with 55% of the vote in the Mirrors newsletter poll of over 600 Lansing insiders, not the general public, but players in Lansing. So how did Mr. Rinke and Mr. Johnson fare with that group?
Kevin Rinke got 1% and Perry Johnson got 0. Now that's from the insiders.
Republican Senate Leader Eric Nesbitt got 21% of the insider vote. Former Attorney General, former candidate for governor and Republican Mike Cox got 11%. And Tudor Dixon, who got the nomination last time and lost by 10 points to Gretchen Whitmer, got only 3%. Mr. Porn thinks, however, there is an angle that Mr. Rinke and Mr. Johnson could use against Mr. James. President Donald Trump asked Mr. James to not run for governor and stay in the Congress, and James rejected the request. Is that exploitable for the other two?
There's a potential message there, and however, I would, if I were doing polling for Rinke and Johnson, I would probably test that message out, and if it is effective, I would probably use it.
Despite the low showing in the insider poll in Lansing, the two really do have something, fire in the belly to be governor. And based on that alone, you should not count them out at this read. Here for you in Lansing, Tim Skubic, 6 News.
Staying in Lansing, Republican lawmakers are asking the State House to hold Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson in contempt.
Yes, this stems from a dispute over access to Michigan's election training materials.
Those materials are provided to local level clerks and election officials. State lawmakers asked to review those documents, but the version they were given was redacted. Secretary Benson says the documents contain information that could threaten voter and election security. Republican lawmakers are demanding more information, saying oversight is their constitutional duty, while Benson says she has already accommodated their requests.
We have given them every opportunity to provide this information, and they've done nothing but stonewall.
Anyone can go and see the thousands of documents that we have provided, and we have agreed to a meeting with House Legal Counsel and proposed having an independent third-party mediator from the judicial branch present.
Some of the state lawmakers involved in this push previously worked as county clerks and had access to the election training materials.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We've got some nice weather on the way, but still more rain to talk about as well. The big thing is going to be warmer temperatures moving in. Speaking of warm temperatures, a beautiful pics on 6 Winter today from Christina and Ionia. Always makes us think of warm weather when you got some springtime flowers out there, and that is a beautiful looking shot. More pictures? Hey, we'd love to see them. Just head to WLNS.com/share and upload your weather photos, and hopefully we'll have some more nice pictures instead of more rainfall and or severe weather to contend with. with. Our high temperature outlook over the next 6 to 10 days shows readings back in the 60s as we head into the weekend, and then late next week we're looking at highs in the low to the mid 70s, but as I said, that's going to come with some rainfall as well. Our satellite and radar today shows lots of cloud cover around, even the possibility of a few sprinkles this evening, but not much in the way of precipitation. Precision cast through the evening hours, we keep it quiet, maybe a few breaks in those clouds, but probably more clouds than anything by early tomorrow morning. Our area of low pressures continue to slowly push towards the east, so that'll mean lower rain chances for us. While we'll probably hang on to some cloud cover, that clearing line is not that far to our west, so maybe we'll get a little bit of sunshine to finish out the day. As we move into the weekend, Saturday morning, still cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. Maybe we'll break into partly cloudy skies if we're really lucky by Saturday afternoon, and by Sunday we probably will see some partly cloudy skies and warmer temperatures moving in. Temperatures currently are sitting in the low to the mid 50s, with the lower 50s from Howell west towards Mason and Charlotte. To the south, low to mid 50s on the temperatures as well. So we check out the Skyview network, our McLaren cam, cloudy skies with the current temperature 54 degrees, light rainfall totals today, not a whole lot of wind out there. A little more in the way of precipitation on the Grand Ledge cam with 1700ths of an inch today. Current temperature and the high this afternoon was up to 55 degrees. Jackson cam, cloudy skies, our current temperature 55. Today's high was 56. Wind gusts got close to 30 miles per hour, a little bit of a breeze out there. Final stop in Hillsdale with still low, mostly cloudy skies. Our current temperature 55 degrees, morning low was 46, and wind gusts today up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, expect a low down to 39 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Then as we head into Friday, more cloud cover. Temperatures though will climb into the mid 50s tomorrow afternoon. Winds 10 to 20, so it's going to be breezy. The 6-day forecast over the next 6 days, temperatures begin to warm up, 60s for Saturday and Sunday, mid 60s next week with a chance for some rain showers Tuesday afternoon into early Wednesday. The 6+6-day forecast, rain chances return to the area next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but it will be warm with high temperatures those days climbing into the mid 70s.
Yeah, that's what we want to see.
Yeah.
Not this overnight 39 degrees,
I know.
David.
I saw that.
A little bit
10
cold.
minutes ago, it was like 30.
At least it's not snowing, right?
Yeah, at least.
That is true.
I mean, it can this time of the year.
I just put all the mittens and hats away for the kids, and now I'm like, come on.
Now we know who to blame.
I know.
All right, coming up. Downtown East Lansing businesses, they are going through the summer shakeup right now as thousands of Michigan State students are back home for the break.
All right, well, stay tuned. 6 News at 6. We'll be right back.